the people. We need all of this articulated in civic. Truly, we are paying, and I'm speaking as a paying grandmother. I look at my beautiful grandchildren, and I ask myself, is this where I'm going to leave them? Really? So, please.
My request is, as we stand, if there's any list of missing person, we are ready to receive it. And those we are already. So, there's no balance there. So, we need to update ourselves. Then again, also, when we meet in such forums, it's not a battleground. It's a ground for us to be open with each other, to discuss issues, to make ourselves better. That's what I think, because we are all mature. Then I have a question as I conclude. My director hinted on it. The question goes to Madame Ireki. Some time back, we had one of the political parties organizing a militia group, training. It was all over media, parading and doing all sorts of things. And actually, it's not to Madame Ireki only.
A militia group? Which political party was training a militia group? The drills which were done by foot soldiers, is that a militia group? Bro, if General Museveni came in through a militia group and is clinging on power, not leaving power, why not organize a militia group to take out a militia group? Because he himself is a militia. So we need a militia to take him out. If you think foot soldiers are a militia group, meaning we need a militia to take over a militia. Yes.
To you, my brother Kirenga, to my brother there from FDC. Hey, you're from where? Okay, that one. And to every other, and to Uganda Human Rights Commission, actually. You don't escape this one. What steps did you take, for example, to address such an issue? We all watched, and the amount has been given to UPDF as an institution, but you are seeing people training and doing other things that are traverse the law. And Madame Birete, I'm told your organization is on constitutionalism and the law. So I'm interested in knowing what did you do, what steps were taken by you to address that situation.
Thank you.
That you are now ready for strategic, tactical, and something. And then you said it the first time, then again you went and then it was deliberate. So again you went ready, then you actually just sent shivers on my spine. And let me tell you, unless we figure out how to demilitarize electoral politics, and probably also create clear standing operation procedures for those of you who will be involved, your participation as the military is going to create instability. It's going to continue to be a very, very big threat to the participation. Earlier in the morning, somebody said that the voter turnout is reducing. Who will walk into those gunshots? I am in my home ready to go to the polling station and I hear gunshots. How will I even walk there? How? And I would like to encourage you in the UK.
And that's their happiness. When you say exactly that, that's their happiness, because their goal is achieved. Their goal is to make Ugandans fear to go to polls so that they can rule us forever. So if you say that, you are just making them happy. You are just buying them a cup of tea. They are happy. You see them, they are happy. Yo, we've won. Basanyufu bibagala nga batutiisaalisa nga tugenda tukulonda nga bo beeyisaawo. Essanyu lyabwe.
The coercive instruments in this country. Don't sit there and think you have it all sorted out. The fact that one person dies and you call it an isolated incident is also very painful. That is a father, that is a son, that is a breadwinner, that is somebody's husband. And they are orphans and there is pain. So sometimes we want you to be, just basic to us and say we regret the incident. But the isolated incident leaves our hearts bleeding. Leaves our hearts bleeding. But anyway, if that is how you people want to treat it, it's okay. But I would like you in the UPDF to reflect In the morning we talked about Kenya. Reflect on the transition in the DRC. Reflect on what happened in Sierra Leone. Reflect and reflect in this region, Zimbabwe. All the military forces and outfits seemed to have it all carved out. But I am telling you, if we continue like this, you are emboldening the population to fear the coercive instruments of state. Because people begin to walk to you, how many are you going to shoot? And before you know, it will run out of God. I told General Ronda that, sir, let him rest in peace. I told him, now you finished all the colors of tear gas, pink, blue, what? You've started using rubber bullets, and you've started using, what is the option now? What is left for crowd control? And he thought I was joking. Now you people use light bullets, use mambas, you shoot Ugandans. So what is left? It is complete instability. That is where we are taking this nation. And I am happy in one way, Sunny. When we used to cry out about torture by state operatives, those people of CPS, there used to be an office there of flying squads. They would tell us all manner of things. They would be in denial, and we the civilians would be crying out. Now I saw one of them crawling yesterday, crying for food in court. What goes round comes round.
Yeah.
We all have this one country. Let nobody be deceived that because today you feel safe, you continue to feel safe. This country has never had a peaceful transition. The onus is on you and President Museveni, and that is not good.
I thank you so much for that. One last comment here, and then
Wow.
we'll responses.
Jules.
I think I can contribute something. We, as young people, did not see the war in 1986. Institutions. As a young man and growing up going to school, I thought that one of the biggest advantages of the NRA would be the institutionalization of the military. Certain things would fail, but the military will be institutionalized. I have tears and pain that it is not true. It has failed now, and it's on its downtrend. It's the most corrupt, but fear to talk about. Because if you have a military investigating its own for killing Ugandans, as it is now in the news about the bombs we have been hearing, we are yet to get a fundamental statement, but the statements are that there is a problem in the military. And that speaks to leadership. In the book of Art of War, the philosophy of Wan Tzu is that the commanders are pivotal in the behavior of the forces. Today in Musida prison, the 1 CB was arrested. He has been in Musida and is now 21. I'm giving the name such that people don't say we are bringing them up. Somebody in this room spoke about missing persons. There are 18 missing persons. Chibalama John Bosco, picked from Bukondo in Wachiso. He was an Akudu that are organized as a society, and that organization of our people has now been turned into the militia. And what happens once we are named a militia? We are dehumanized. We are killed. We are battered. Lastly, now, I wanted to know the ideological orientation of our military on human beings. Because there is a soldier in cells today. You see, when we are speaking for ourselves, we let us speak for the others. Because it is our duty. Mrs. a woman, or Miss a woman, I may not know the designation of her marital status. She's a soldier. She stopped fellow military people from beating human beings. And today, she's in prison, incommunicado, because she did it on TV, and the commander of the defense forces, General Muhoozi, ordered for her arrest. It was first a public order, and then later now we know she's in prison. So I want to know the ideological orientation, because she was condemned by your boss, the CDF. And then what is the orientation of family and the institution of UPDF? When we get the distinction between family and the UPDF? Because now the country is being affected by the family in the name of commanding the UPDF, and we cannot talk about it with honesty. Nobody wants to talk about the CDF who scat around because he wields power, he has determined that others will be killed, and we are here now with intellectual dishonesty, not facing the facts of people occupying office with impunity. What is the UPDF doing to its commanding officer, who is pretending over this immunity in our country? Does he have biological immunity that people can be grabbed from wherever they are being grabbed under the watchful eye of you, the institution we believe in, and we don't say a word? Because where is the impunity coming from? It is coming from the highest commander. And all of you cannot intervene. You have left now the military and the command with the wananchi. And it is very disheartening for us. We are only too brave to come here and speak about it before probably we are killed as well, but there must be someone to stand up to these facts. Henry Mukundi was in prison for 9 years in the officers' mess for his commentary. Sedusa, the same. What happens now to the current CDF, who is not only commenting but also acting on his comments? I thank you.
Wow.
So much.
Nice presentation.
That we want to be with you,
That the officers got arrested in connection like
they have been arrested. Is that something new that you have discovered? Okay, we shall address it, don't worry. Then Stephen was also talking about security agencies going to Parliament and asking for money. Unfortunately, where did he want it to go? He wanted us to go and invade the Bank of Uganda because Parliament is the one that appropriates. We have gone to the right institution and is blaming us for that. Where did he want us to go?
I think you need to get his context. He's talking.
You gave us the mandate to protect you. So we have the privilege of having information sometimes which you don't have, which we must use to protect you. And we share that information also. They need to know basis. So we could scrutinize all the information that we get for the benefit of the security of our citizens. Ma'am Elizabeth Ruanga, first I want to appreciate you, for your role as one of the eminent women, individual opinion. Somebody arrested at 17 and he is now 21, but he's at the Auxiliary prison. Yes, I wish to know all the circumstances surrounding that arrest. It is possible that somebody is arrested by the military, but maybe we hand over to police and maybe the matter is in court. So maybe the mere arrest by itself should not be attributable to us. I would wish to know the other circumstances apart from the arrest, what followed, and so that we understand. Remand is something that is illegal. Maybe it was remanded. It happens. Somebody can be in prison for a longer period, but I would wish to have more information about that. And you are saying there is an offense called. So the reason is being moved. I'm not aware of that one as an offense in our laws, and there is no way somebody can be charged for that. And even in our operations, I have not made it anywhere that we are victimizing somebody because it's wrong. There must be something extra that you are not telling us. Ideological orientation to the people of Uganda, yes, we are a pro-people army who regard the wananchi as our center of gravity. Our defense number one are the civilians. That is We are even constitutionally required to be subordinate to the civilian authority. We are even required to maintain a harmonious relationship with wananchi. All those are constitutional imperatives, so our ideology stems from there. You don't need to be worried. Yes, you are referring to the CDF, a gentleman we hold in high esteem and are very proud of. And you are saying he gave orders. I don't know how. This one you need to answer. How did he give orders? By word of mouth? Did he write?
We have not seen the UPDF being proactive to deal with that particular issue. Then secondly, maybe, you did tell Mr. Mufumbiro that there is no crime being no, but it looks like no is a political part of interest to the UPDF because you are ever at their headquarters. And since we are in this dialogue where truth must be spoken, maybe you can share with us a little bit what exactly is going on, because it's also an issue of concern among people who are handling issues to do with elections and democracy in our country. Just those two issues, and then we hear from the other people.
My brother from Luke is the registered political party. Okay? And we don't have anything against you. But as I said, yes, our involvement there, the involvement of security, well, it's information and intelligence is of the need to know basis. I may not have the luxury really to mention it here, but I want to emphasize that our operations are intelligence-led. There is something that gentleman is not telling us, which should have attracted the attention of the intelligence agencies. We are doing our work. Keep your head. What was the other? Excuse me. Why have you not followed? How do you know that you have not followed?
The account remains active. Even as we speak now, there are comments on it. All right, let's hear from Dr. Sana. Dr. Sana, your turn to respond.
There is an account in the names of Muhoozi Kinerugaba, M. Kinerugaba. It's blue ticked. Mr. Moderator, I have a blue ticked account. To get a blue ticked account, you must send your national ID or passport to Twitter headquarters. Among other details that you submit, you must submit a permanent ID. So nobody can, be an imposter on a blue ticked account. Nobody should tell such lies. Official Twitter account of General Muhoozi Kinerugaba, Chief of Defense Forces, UPDF, and SPA SO. This is the account that has really vulgarized UPDF and made many people beyond Uganda lose trust in an institution where people have spent so much money. Ugandan taxpayers and partners training, professionalizing UPDF. When I say that in the last 10 years, you have lost credibility as an institution, I do not have any personal grudges with anyone. And Madam Mona Lisa, I ask that you understand us, where we are coming from. We have seen UPDF. The NRM government came to power when I was in primary 4. I've grown up seeing an admirable professional army. What you are associating with today is a disgrace to this country. And we have evidence why we say that. And it's not about you or Afande or anyone. It is about Uganda. You joined that army to serve Uganda. It is not your personal entity. And you will serve and go. Maybe another regime, out of embarrassment, if the scandals become too many, Ugandans might also go in the process of creating another name. The reason Ugandans created a new name for the UPDF was to avoid the previous embarrassment. The armies had been to this country. You might drive us to that situation again, to move away from the crimes of UPDF by finding another name. We are not far from that. If you take this as a personal attack, that is your problem. The money you use as a national army belongs to us as taxpayers. The uniform you put on belongs to citizens. When you conduct yourself in a manner that is contrary to the Constitution, it is our duty to remind you that you are out of order, and we shall keep doing so. You asked about a militia, and I quickly checked for definitions, several definitions of a militia, legal and otherwise. What are the characteristics of a militia? First of all, it must be armed. Do we have any citizens of Ugandans that are armed that you are referring to? A militia must be armed. It's a parallel army. It's a paramilitary. I know that you've characterized opposition as militia. Is there any opposition in Uganda that is armed? Electoral Commission, you're here. You supervise the conduct of political parties. Can you tell citizens if we have any political party under your license that is a paramilitary? And if so, why don't you deregister that group? We should stop vulgarizing the political rights of Ugandans because some of us are partisan. It is very unfortunate. What is a militia? A militia must be armed. Who is armed? I am asking even the Electoral Commission, who is armed? Why don't you arrest them and show the guns? What is your job? If we have paramilitary groups in this country, paramilitary group, I don't know any political party that is armed. And if so, why don't you report to Electoral Commission to deregister that party? That should be the first action. Two, it is your mandate.
All right, maybe Dr. Sarah, I will help Madame Mona Lisa a little bit. I think she's referring to what the military talked about, issues to do with the drilling, how the NUP people made a parade. That's what, let's be open and put facts on the table. That's what she's referring to.
We are all one nation, I'm saying.
When I know the birthday parade.
Madam, 1 minute. My question was, as she said, I'm just adding something else. Like, for example, when we go wrong as UPDF, it's okay for you to discuss. Like right now you're doing that. We appreciate it. So my question was not only to you personally, but to civil society in general. When that was happening all over India, what steps? Maybe I was hoping that maybe, I'm not talking about the group, I'm talking about civil society and Uganda in my solution. Maybe there were steps, maybe other people took steps, maybe to engage with the group and tell them that maybe you're not doing it. You know, that's what I wanted to hear.
Madam Mona Lisa, I will respond as a civic actor and a constitutional watchdog. And the Human Rights Commission will respond. They are our conveners today. I am not aware of any political party that runs a paramilitary group. If one exists in Uganda, provide evidence to the Electoral Commission, which is a supervisor of political parties, and we have that party deregistered. The definition of a militia is known. It must be armed. So when you vulgarize a birthday parade, schools do parades every day. Are you going to start telling schools that they are militias? A militia is not a mere parade. That is part of the abuse by institutions in this country. Are you going to start telling the primary school children that they are militia? Because they do parade every morning. The same parade that I saw at Nuuk. Schools do it. Scouts do it. Are all these groups a militia? We should stop misinterpreting events. There was another question from Obed Katulebe. The campaigning, the use of excessive money in elections. But the biggest beneficiary of commercialization of politics happens to be the ruling party, which has access. You don't show anything. You are not only abusing your offices, you are also engaged in
in extrajudicial killings. And maybe it's good that the Major General Bright has come up to say these were fake state-managed bomb attacks by security to make money, which is very unfortunate. But why use extrajudicial killings in a situation where you can detect, detonate, and arrest people so that they face their due process in court, other than killing them on site? I thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Robert, you have the final.
So someone is not doing his.
Wow, you heard that? Bro, these gentlemen and women in uniform, they are misinterpreting the law to fit their desires, to fit what they want to get. Bro, at the end of the day, they want money. Yo, they misinterpreted that the parade which were done at NOP offices, that means expense to be a militia. They have asked them, parades done by school primary students, primary pupils, scouts, are those defines them to be militias? A militia group must have guns. In NOP, there is no one with the guns. That's why they are taking NOP foot soldiers in the military courts, because for them they see them as a militia. They think they have guns. That's in their mentality. They fear. Because that's how General Museveni came in power. So he fears anything that look like him when he started. But today, everyone's eyes are open, widely open. They know exactly what's the reality. You can't deceive people the way you used to deceive them in 80s. Eno Uganda kati ndalamu abantu omanyi ebyaddala ebigenda mu maaso mu nsi tokyasobola kubalimbalimba, kubatambuliza ku bunkenke bwo, kubanga gw'olina ebigendererwa byo, kubanga gw'olina ebirooto byagala okutuukiriza. N'olwekyo bannayuganda n'obafuula ebinkekenke, n'obafuula ebizobongo nti bo obafunemu ggwe, ofune byoyagala ng'okozesa obulamu bwa bannayuganda. Imagine nota abantu ng'obakuba bomu n'ogamba mbuno batujju beekubye bomu kubanga oyagala parliament kwesente z'okulwanyisa bomu. Okitegedde, oyagala parliament kwesente z'okulwanyisa akabinja ka militia ka NUP. They are after money, always money, stealing Ugandans taxpayer money for their benefits. Tulabye.
Right job. Now, when we go into an election, we all get excited. But there are many other people who die every day because of either negligence, because someone is not doing his job, because someone is not following merit, and that's how the country gets here. So we should open. And then one other thing we should all know, that the struggle we are all involved in right now to improve on our country, I don't think we are the ones going to benefit from the dividends. It's the future generation. So let's each one of us play his or her role now as God allows you to live. Then the rest will build on that. So do the right thing. Do the right thing. The Women's Situation Room, I think for you, you have better platforms, you have access to His Excellence. I hope you can be bold enough to tell him. Be bold enough to tell him. I mean, what will future generation do? Look at the demographics of this country. 70% of this population are for under 30. What are we going to leave behind? That's the chaos. And they will ask us, what did you do when you had that platform? I've said, and we've said it before, civilians who attempt to take the law into their hands by trying to match law enforcement officers, you try to disarm an armed officer, you are risking your life. Please, if he or she gives you even what you would consider unlawful order, whether you are trying to exercise your fundamental freedoms or rights to a peaceful assembly, just move away. Do not attempt to have a discussion, especially with the army. The army has no time for discussions. You can engage with a policeman, but you can't engage an army when he tells you move away. Just move away. You are lucky if he has even told you to move away. So we've tried to talk to them. Please do not attempt. Do not try to have a discussion with the army. You can have a discussion with the police and whatever, they will tolerate your discussion, but not with the army. That's my submission.
All right, a round of
Survived by those guys that have been said. You don't need to get into confrontation with security agencies who are performing their noble duty. Let us be patriotic. Uganda is for all of us. I'm seeing people talking emotionally here as if Uganda is ending today. Uganda is for all of us. let's love Uganda.
But see, for you who is doing whatever you do, as if Uganda is ending it today. You think Uganda is yours because you are holding a gun in your hands. Because you are in that uniform, I buy with my taxpayers' money. It's not your uniform, it's my uniform because it's me who buys it for you. But you think Uganda is yours because you are in this uniform. And you do whatever you do, you kill us, you kill our people, you abduct people, you torture people because you think you are so powerful, you are the you are the owners of this country, but you are not the owners of this country. And Uganda is not ending today to your attention. Uganda will be here even when you are here, you are not here, even when I'm not here. Uganda was here and we will leave it here. No matter what you do, you will never take Uganda, you will never finish it. And whatever you've stolen, it will be taken away from you. Because you are thieves, killers, bad people. Oh no.
Our heritage, our people, our flora, let's work with Uganda. There is Uganda after these elections. Let's go through peacefully. Civil society organizations, please do civic education. Let the people come and exercise their right to vote. I want to emphasize this, that we need a honest and a professional engagement by all stakeholders. Honest and professional engagement by all stakeholders. We are consumers of intelligence, and I want to tell you without missing words, that we have negative forces fomenting chaos. We have negative forces working to undermine the sovereignty and integrity of this country. And as security agencies, I want to assure you we can't allow that. We want a honest and professional engagement with all stakeholders. We want disciplined democracy. Disciplined democracy, democracy without hooliganism, democracy without intimidating others. Let's avoid the conduct that breeds violence. Yes, I really want to urge you to enhance your individual, institutional, and national consciousness. Lastly, coming here, sitting, exchanging ideas without making commitments is counterproductive. I want us to make commitments for peace that reflect our values other than the rhetoric. Let us make commitments that reflect our values other than the rhetoric. If we are just going to engage in the rhetoric, we shall never end. As the Uganda People's Defense Forces, we are going to, within our limited resources, Stephen, you had gone out, we are going to multiply our presence and effect to ensure that we have a free and fair election. I don't know why you are scared, but that is the truth. The interpretation is yours, but the undertaking I'm making is that we shall do whatever is possible legally within our means to ensure that we have a peaceful election. The bomb, unfortunately, I have not read the comment for the general polity, but I think that is also now, for me, it is positive. Because we have intelligence and counter-intelligence. It means we are able to find faults within ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, UPDF does not have a factory which manufactures soldiers. The Constitution says UPDF will be constituted of citizens of good character. We get them from you. We tell you, give us people of good character. So if we have bad apples, don't blame us. They come from you. But I have one to believe that it is a product of good counterintelligence and it should be addressed. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Whom are they serving? That inclination, the orientation they have as security officers, that they are supposed to only protect the regime, is a wrong mentality. Very wrong, by the way. I condemn it with the strongest possible terms. I am a son of a fallen soldier. And when I saw my father when I was young, he was a very disciplined officer. I don't know what has happened. My sister already talked about the 30 years. Why don't we go back to 30 years of the desirable, you know, when you were rebaptized from NRA to UPDF, we were excited that, yeah, now we have a people-centered force. But I am seeing even the president himself acknowledging that amongst his forces there is Kawunkumi. I've heard him on several occasions calling police Kawunkumi. I am not a Muganda, but I don't know what Kaungumi means, but I think it does not depict very well of the police forces. So, if you have detected Kaungumi in your security forces, you are the commander-in-chief.
Okay.
What do you expect? How do you expect the citizens to respect them? Ugandans have reached a situation where, like it was not in the past, but now a citizen, even when he's not trained, will dare to disarm an officer of the police or the army because they have been pushed to the wall. They are now desperate. Is that the kind of Uganda that we need?
Okay.
When we go to parliament, which is supposed to be the custodian of the law, they are passing laws not because they believe in those laws, but because they must satisfy and impress a certain power out there. And by the way, in that parliament, I will tell you that whenever those controversial bills come, like the UPDF, recent UPDF Amendment Act, even the chairman of the NRM himself will call people and say, why are you fighting me? Meaning that he's taking away the legislative vested authority from the representatives of the people, and is instructing them on what direction they should take. At the moment, even our legislative arm acts on directives, not of the people that sent them or the people that they represent, but the party that they serve. I find this very ridiculous.
Interesting. Thank you, Honorable Sentinel. I'll come back to you. Let me go to Christine. Christine, you know from the answers I'm getting,
a script on how this country is managed to be the way we are. This kind of poverty favors the existence of the regime. There is a correlation between places where there is poverty and the NRM. In places where poverty is very high, the NRM scores high. Can't check. I'm an economist. I have data. Go to Economic Policy Center and Market Research Center. You'll see where you see the map where there is poverty. All the in Kampala, NRM is concentrated in Kampala Center. You go to Chisenyi, go to Bukesa, go to Kabukube, and see the kind of people and say, you look at people who can you imagine that in this town there are people who don't have a phone? Even the one of 20,000. They are phones of 20,000. They can't manage them. So, I spoke to the media around that time and I said, this is what we needed 5 years ago. This kind of discussion. And God saved us. We were up in a very small room, said enlarge. And I wanted this to become big so that we get out and then we become many and we go out of the country. But they know when you get civicated and people, the consciousness of our people get up there, and I will be out of the way. And I will be out of the way. When you have a president who tells you he doesn't want qualification for LC5 counselor, where you have a cow who has a master's degree, an MBA, brings a report of accounting, and you have a counselor who is the speaker, who has an academic qualification, and then you think of where we are going. When you look, there's a way feeling, there is a design that there must not have civic education, so that we prepare people to understand the role of a citizen, the role of government, because when people know what we expect from a chairman LC1, a chairman LC3, a chairman LC5, an MP, and the president, they will stop treating leaders as bosses. They call them to account. The late Yona Kanyomozi, again we are praying for another copy of Dr. Besigye. He said, before the revolution, when leaders were going to their constituencies, they went with the pickups and people bought, paid for their nomination fee, they bought their suits and the like. When the revolution came, it is the leader that goes with the money. So with the kind of political space we are having, the environment, I am not allowed to mobilize, and even the media today. I have heard you introduce yourself as heading an organization. Yet at your age, you should be in the newsroom. I know why you're out. The money paid by the media houses cannot make you make ends meet. So every time you go to the media house, you find interns, young kids, and even others who have not gone to media school. They cannot even ask a very constructive question. The other day I was watching TV. I had an MP give very wrong facts, wrong statistics, wrong history, and the moderator could not even say, man, what you're saying is a lie. And I've seen all over. You say, people ask questions, they give wrong answers, the journalists cannot even give a follow-up question, and that's where you are. And it is because whenever they see you're good, they say, come and become PR. He was formerly a monitor. Who told me. Most of the PR people were formerly with a monitor. But because these big organizations give more money, the more you get experience, you get out. They have kids, and they're like, that is a design to keep us away. So that issues do not find themselves on the agenda. Issues can never find them. Actually, I want to do that lastly. When I contested for MP East Africa, and I wrote my CV, one of my MP who is a friend told me, please remove your academic qualifications. Many of the MPs don't have them. That will really cause you problems. Just say you have senior 6, and that is enough. And I said, what I thought, where I need to show my academic qualifications, and don't talk about it. So now that's why you see, if somebody is going to contest, you have to get Budoti, the band, have money, buy waragi, have fun, create parties, and feed people, and they give you votes. So, as my brother said,
yes,
it is until we decide. The time is now. I know biblically, even the Muslims tell us, 40 years has something that it means. If Mr. Museveni would only give us a present to the people of Uganda, we'll forgive him for whatever he has done to us and say, you know, guys, give me about 2 years as I pack, because I don't matter. So he packs his luggage, takes them home, and he leaves us with our country. It is after him, and I'm saying after him, that we shall discuss issues.
Thank you. Harold Keja, can we give him a round of applause? My time is fast spent.
Okay, ndowooza owulidde awo wetuli ye Uganda yaffe buvunaanyizibwa bwaffe okulaba nga tutereeza eggwanga lyaffe nga twegobako olunawuukeera wa General Museveni ne kigavumenti kye kyonna kituviire kubanga bo kyekizibu lwe lumbe lwe tulina olunene olutumazeeko emirimu olutumazeeko eddembe olutukozesa byonna bye tukola byonna bye tuyitamu tubonaabona lwa General Museveni ne gavumenti ye. Bino bisobola okuggwa singa gwe Munnayuganda ogamba nti ekimala n'ositukiramu n'obaako kyokola ku lw'ensi yo. Tukoye okubonaabonera mu ggwanga lyaffe.